Good morning. I hope all of you are happy and safe. Welcome back to yet another section of Indian writing in English. Today we are going to start our next short story, Mass in the Seventh House, written by R.K. Narayan. Let us start with R.K. Narayan. R.K. Narayan's original name is Rishipuram Krishnaswamy Iyer Narayana Swamy. R.K. Narayan was born in Madras, South India on 10th October 1906 and educated there at Maharaja's College in Mysore. Narayan completed his education in 1930 and briefly worked as a teacher before deciding to devote himself to writing. He was nominated for the Nobel Prize in Literature several times but never won the honor. R.K. Narayan is among the best known and most widely read Indian novelists who wrote in English. R.K. Narayan is one among the great trio of the Indo-Anglian novelists, the other two being Raja Rao and Mulkraj Anand. R.K. Narayan was born in Chennai, India in 1906 in a working class South Indian family. His father was a school headmaster, and because his father had to be frequently transferred for his job, Narayan spent most of the childhood in the loving care of his grandmother Parvati. It was his grandmother who taught him arithmetic, mythology and Sanskrit. He also attended many different schools in Chennai like Lutheran Mission School, Christian College High School, etc. He was interested in English literature since he was very young. His reading habit further developed when he moved to Mysore with his family, and there his father's school library offered him germs of writing from authors like Dickens, Thomas Hardy, Wodehouse, etc. In 1926, he passed the university examination and joined Maharaja College of Mysore. After completing his graduation, Narayan took a job as a school teacher in a local school. Soon after, he realized that he could only be happy in writing fiction, which is why he decided to stay at home and write. When R.K. Narayan died at the age of 94, he left behind a body of work that will continue to impress generations of readers. He published novels, short stories, travelogues, essays and retellings of Indian epics, and also an autobiography, My Days, as well as articles he produced as a journalist in his early years. From the 1930s to the early 1990s, he managed to write at least 3 books every decade. Most of Narayan's prose centers around the fictional village of Malgudi, which Narayan used as a microcosm for studying the interaction between various classes and races of Indian society. Then we are going to talk about his career. Narayan's decision of staying at home and writing was supported in every way by his family, and in 1930 he wrote his first novel called Swamy and Friends, which was rejected by a lot of publishers. But This book was important in the sense that it was with this that he created the fictional town of Malgudi. While vacationing at his sister's house in Coimbatore in 1933, Narayan met and fell in love with Rajam, a 15-year-old girl who lived nearby. Despite many astrological and financial obstacles, Narayan managed to gain permission from the girl's father and married her. Following his marriage, Narayan became a reporter for a Madras-based paper called The Justice, dedicated to the rights of non-Brahmins. The publishers were thrilled to have a Brahminaya in Narayan espousing their cause. The job brought him in contact with a wide variety of people and issues. After getting married in 1933, Narayan became a reporter for a newspaper called The Justice, and in the meantime, he sent the manuscript of Swami and Friends to his friend at Oxford, who in turn showed it to Graham Greene. Greene got the book published. So it is very important we should speak about Graham Greene, the relationship between Graham Greene and R.K. Narayan. Graham Greene greatly admired R.K. Narayan and helped publish his works in Britain. The remarkable fact about their relationship was that Greene and Narayan met only once, briefly in London in 1964. The friendship began in 1934 when Greene happened to come across a manuscript of Swami and Friends. Greene was impressed and passed it on to Hamish Hamilton. He also began a correspondence with R.K. Narayan. The correspondence lasted until his death, with Greene taking around 15 years to switch from Dear Mr. Narayan and Graham Greene to Dear Narayan and Graham. Greene suggested a few alterations in the Indian novelist's English at the beginning of the correspondence, a practice that lasted for half a century. Greene offered Narayan solace when the latter's works did not do well initially, besides discouraging him from considering the turning of his novels into screenplays. While Narayan's novels are much gentler than most of Greene's, Malgudi, the fictional town in which most of the former's novels are set, seemed to Greene more familiar than Bhattacharya or the Eastern Road. His letter to Narayan when the Indian's wife passed away in 1937 was particularly solicitous. Greene wrote, "To send the sympathy of strangers at such a cruel time seems like a mockery. But I have been happily married now for a long time, and I can imagine how appalling everything must seem to you now. I don't suppose you will write again for months, but eventually you will, not because you are just a good writer, but because You are one of the finest. We still hope we shall see you here or in India if there is no war. From these words, I think you can easily understand the relationship between Graham Greene and R.K. Narayan. Okay, then I told you his first book, it was Swami and Friends. With the help of Graham Greene, R.K. Narayan published his first work, Swami and Friends. So, next I want to speak about Swami and Friends. Swami and Friends is the story of the tumultuous friendship of Swaminathan, his 4 childhood friends, and a new boy named Raja. So it is the story of Swaminathan and his 4 childhood friends. It takes place in British colonial India in the year 1930. The story begins by introducing Swaminathan and his friends Somu, Shankar, Mani and P. They are the 4 friends of Swaminathan. The theme is disobedience, conflict, control, authority, power, rebellion and independence. Then about the story, it is narrated in the 3rd person by an unnamed narrator. The reader realizes after reading the story that Narayan may be exploring the theme of disobedience. So this is the details about his first work, Swami and Friends. Then it is very important we should speak about his imaginative place Malgudi. Malgudi is located on the banks of the fictional river Sarayu near the fictional Mempi forest on border of the states of Mysore and Madras and a few hours away from Madras. Can you imagine? R.K. Narayan gave all the minute details of this imaginary place Malgudi. Malgudi, an Indian city as complex and as real as William Faulkner's Napadawa country. Actually, this country, it is a fictional Mississippi country created by the American author William Faulkner, largely based upon and inspired by Lafayette country, Mississippi. Okay. So here, when we are speaking about Malgudi of R.K. Narayan, we can make a comparison with William Faulkner's Yokna Padwa country. Yokna Padwa country. William Faulkner's Yokna Padwa country, it is also a fictional Mississippi country created by the American author William Faulkner. Okay. So actually William Faulkner, he was inspired by Lafayette country in Mississippi. That is why he created the fictional Mississippi country, that it is Yokna Padwa country. It is created by William Faulkner, the American author. Okay. So we can make the comparison with R.K. Narayan and also William Faulkner. Okay, then we can come back to R.K. Narayan's Malgudi. Narayan has successfully portrayed Malgudi as a microcosm of India. But now MP of Shimoga has requested Indian Railways to rename Arasalu Railway Station, a small station on Shimoga Talaguppa railway line, to Malgudi railway station. Okay. Then I think all of you got a clear idea about Malgudi. Then his second novel, The Bachelors of Arts, it was published in 1937. It was based on his experience at college. This book was again published by Graham Greene, who by now started counseling Narayan on how to write and what to write about to target the English speaking audience. Then we already talked about his first book, Swami and Friends. It was published with the help of Graham Greene. Then when we speak about his first book, Swami and his Friends, I told you it is very important we should speak about Malgudi. So you already got the idea about Malgudi. Then the next work, it is The Bachelor of Arts. Then I also told you the relationship between Graham Greene and R.K. Narayan. And Graham Greene gave the idea how to write and what to write about to target the English speaking audience. According to that, R.K. Narayan made the changes in his second novel, The Bachelors of Arts. Then with the help of Greene, he published the second novel, The Bachelors of Arts again. Okay. Then in 1938, Narayan wrote his third novel called The Dark Room. Dealt with the subject of emotional abuse within a marriage, and it was warmly received both by readers and critics. The same year, his father expired and he had to accept regular commission by the government. Okay, about his third work, it is The Dark Room. Then about the third novel, The Dark Room, actually it was warmly received both by readers and critics. Okay. Then in 1939, his wife's unfortunate demise left Narayan depressed and disgruntled. But he continued to write and came out with his fourth book called The English Teacher, which was more autobiographical than any of his prior novels. Then I told you about his marriage. It was a love marriage, love and arranged marriage. He fell in love with a 15-year-old Raja. With the help of her father, both of them married. In 1939, his wife's unfortunate demise, as a result, Narayan depressed and disgruntled. I think all of you have remembered well what are the lines of Graham Greene to console R.K. Narayan. He revealed that it is not easy to break the shell of that depression after the demise of your wife. but definitely I hope you will come back because you are a talented writer. So we can see that after the demise of R.K. Narayan's wife Rajam, he became depressed and disgruntled, but he continued to write and finally he came with his fourth book, that it is The English Teacher. Actually, it is more autobiographical than any of his novels. So I think all of you remembered well which is the first book, first novel. Yes, Swami and Friends. Second novel, The Bachelor of Arts. Third novel, The Dark Room. And the fourth one, The English Teacher. After this, Narayan authored books like Mr. Sampath, The Financial Expert, and Waiting for the Mahatma, etc. Then he continued his writing. He wrote many books. He wrote The Guide in 1956 while he was touring United States. It earned him the Sahitya Akademi Award. I think it is very famous book, The Guide. In 1961, he wrote his next novel called The Man-Eater of Malgudi. After finishing this book, he travelled to the United States and Australia. He also gave lectures on Indian literature in Sydney and Melbourne. With his growing success, he also started writing columns for the Hindu and the Atlantic. Then I told you the Guide, the very famous novel The Guide. It was published in 1956 when he was touring United States. Actually, this book earned the Sahitya Akademi Award. After that, in 1961, he published his next novel, The Man-Eater of Malgudi. Then I think all of you remembered well, I told you he was interested to write travelogues because he was interested in traveling. Then he travelled to the United States and Australia. Then there he also lectures on Indian literature in Sydney and Melbourne. After that, he started to write columns for the Hindu and the Atlantic. Have you remembered the first newspaper he worked? Yes, The Justice. Okay, don't forget that, The Justice. Okay, then his first mythological work, Gods, Demons and Others, a collection of short stories, was published in 1964. His book was illustrated by his younger brother R.K. Lakshman, who was a famous cartoonist. Then after the novel The Man-Eater of Malgudi, then he published his mythological work. Which is that mythological work? Yes, it is Gods, Demons and Others. That very famous work, it was published in 1964. The another speciality of this work, the mythological work, it is his younger brother R.X. Lakshman. He was illustrated this book. Okay, because R.K. Lakshman, he was a very famous cartoonist. Then we are moving to the next work. In 1967, he came up with his next novel titled The Wonder of Sweets. Later that year, Narayan travelled to England, where he received the first of his honorary doctorates from the University of Leeds. Then after the mythological work Gods, Demons and Others in 1964, he published his next novel in 1967. It was The Winter of Sweets. Then he continued his traveling. Later that year, Narayan traveled to England. That time he received the first of the honorary doctorates from University of Leeds. Within next few years, he started translating Kambaramayanam to English, a promise he made to his dying uncle once. Then I think he took a short break. Then he concentrated to translate the work. He started to translate Kambaramayanam to English because he already gave the promise to his dying uncle. He would translate the Kambaramayanam to English. So within next few years he concentrated to translate Kambaramayanam to English. Narayan was asked by the government of Karnataka to write a book to promote tourism, which he republished in 1980 with the title of The Emerald Route. In the same year, he was named as the honorary member of the American Academy of Arts and Letters. After the translation of Kambaramayanam, actually the government of Karnataka gave another assignment to him. They already requested R.K. Narayan's help to promote tourism, because we already noticed that he was also interested in traveling. So government of Karnataka, they already requested to promote tourism. Then that is why he republished in 1980 with the title of The Emerald Route, which is the work The Emerald Route. Okay. Then in the same year, he was named the honorary member of the American Academy of Arts and Letters. In 1980, Narayan was chosen as the member of Rajya Sabha, the upper house of the Indian Parliament, and throughout his 6 years term, he focused on the education system and how little children suffer in it. After that, actually in 1980, he proved his talent as a member of Rajya Sabha. Actually in 1980, he was chosen as the member of Rajya Sabha, the upper house of the Indian Parliament. And this throughout his 6 years term, he focused on the education. He gave importance to education system and how little children suffer in it. During the 1980s, Narayan wrote prolifically. His works during this period include Malgudi Days, Under the Banyan Tree and Other Stories, A Tiger for Malgudi, Talkative Man, and A Writer's Nightmare. Actually, this period during the 1980s, it was considered as Narayan wrote prolifically in this period. His famous works are Malgudi Days, Under the Banyan Tree and Other Stories, A Tiger for Malgudi, Talkative Man, and A Writer's Nightmare. All these famous works, these are published in 1980s. In 1990s, his published works include The World of Nagaraj, Grandmother's Tale. Okay. The World of Nagaraj, it was published in 1990. Grandmother's Tale, it was published in 1992. Then The Grandmother's Tale and Other Stories, it was published in 1994. So he was very active in his career as a writer. Then actually R.K. Narayan made India accessible to the outside world through his literature. He will be remembered for the invention of Malgudi, a semi-urban fictional town in southern India where most of his stories were set. Then about his awards and achievements. Narayan won numerous accolades for his literary works. These include Sahitya Akademi Award in 1958, Padma Bhushan in 1964, A.C. Benson Medal by the British Royal Society of Literature in 1980 and Padma Vibhushan in 2001. So these are the awards and achievements. And I already told you he was nominated for the Nobel Prize in Literature several times but never won the honor. So today's class we went through R.K. Narayan. We spoke about his original name, Rishipuram Krishnaswamy Iyer Narayana Swamy. He was born on 10th October 1906, Madras Presidency. He was died on 13th May 2001, Chennai. His spouse was Rajam Narayan. Then his awards: Filmfare Award for Best Story, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan are some of them. Then another important point you should keep in your mind, R.K. Narayan is one among the great trio of the Indo-Anglian novelists, the other two being Raja Rao and Mulk Raj Anand. After that we went through his childhood and early life. Then I told you his father was a headmaster. He spent most of his time with the caring of his grandmother Parvati. From his grandmother he taught arithmetic, mythology and Sanskrit. Then he was influenced by the authors like Dickens, Thomas Hardy, Wodehouse, etc. Then he got the opportunities to read the famous authors. That is why he was influenced by them. Then after his education, after completing his education, he worked as a teacher. After that he wanted to spend his life for writing. Okay. Then I told you he got the family support to become a writer. Then his first book, all of you remembered well, Swamy and Friends. Actually it was rejected by a lot of publishers, but finally with the help of Graham Greene he published that work, Swamy and Friends. Through his first novel, Swamy and Friends, he introduced his imaginary place, Malgudi. Then it is very important you should have a clear idea about the relationship between Graham Greene and R.K. Narayan. Then after Swamy and Friends, he wrote the second novel. I think all of you remembered well. It is The Bachelors of Arts. Then it was published in 1937. Then after that he published his third novel, The Dark Room, in 1938. This work he republished because Graham Greene gave the guidelines how to influence the English speaking audience. Okay, Then I'm sorry. Actually, he republished the book The Bachelors of Arts, not the Dark Room. It was the second novel he republished by the guidelines of Graham Greene. Then the third work is The Dark Room. Okay. Then in 1939, his wife Rajam's demise, he felt depression and he became disgruntled. But after a short break, he started to write again. It was his fourth novel, The English Teacher. Then The Financial Expert. Narayan's authored books like Mr. Sampath, The Financial Expert, and Waiting for the Mahatma. Then The Guide, it is very famous book of R.K. Narayan. It was published in 1956. This work earned a Sahitya Akademi Award. Okay. After that, in 1961, he wrote the Man-Eater of Malgudi. Then he wrote the first mythological work. It is Gods, Demons and Others, not the point. Actually, this book was illustrated by his younger brother R.K. Lakshman, who was a famous cartoonist. After that, in 1967, he published The Vendor of Sweets. Then he was interested to travel. Then we can see that after this work, he started to translate Kambaramayanam to English, a promise he made to his dying uncle. Then government of Karnataka requested him to promote tourism. That is why he republished his work, The Emerald Route. Then he became the honorary member of the American Academy of Arts and Letters. Then in 1980, Narayan was chosen as the member of Rajya Sabha. Then he focused on the education system and how little children suffer in it. After that, he wrote Malgudi Days, Under the Banyan Tree, and other stories, A Tiger for Malgudi, Talkative Man, A Writer's Nightmare, The World of Nagraj, Grandmother's Tale and other stories. All these are his major works. So once again I remind you, R.K. Narayan made India accessible to the outside world through his literature. He will be remembered for the invention of Malgudi, a semi-urban fictional town in southern India where most of his stories were set. So all of you please go through the textbook well.